Hi guys, welcome to another Southway 1943 video. As a lot of you are aware that you've been watching my videos, you would have seen on, I believe, Thursday or Friday last week, I posted a video of a nice big parcel that came from Hatton's to finish off all the bits and pieces that I need to power the point motors. Well, over the past 5 days, I don't know how well you can see this, guys, but point motors are in. Please excuse the wiring, I haven't finished yet. They're all wired up. Accessory switches all wired up. And all the trains are running perfectly. Just show you the control panel. It's not a finished article, but all the switches are in. They all work, as you can hear. This one is one I'm actually quite proud of. Because there is an accessory switch underneath this one. It doesn't power a frog. I've left the point as normal. What this one does, obviously this point is under there, underneath the town scene, so it's not visible. So obviously when you throw the points, you don't know which way they're facing. So click of a switch, there you go. That now tells me the train's going to go that way down into platform 2. Put it down towards me. Now I know I can get a train from platform 1, which will be over here, go through them points, and then up to there. Now, it's not grey, it's just a covering, protecting the perspex. I'm still waiting for my pinstripe tape. Unfortunately, I thought I would ordered it from the UK, but unfortunately I've ordered it from China. Yeah, coronavirus, here I come. Hopefully not, no. I've ordered it from China. I don't know when it's going to get here, obviously, because of what's happening out in China. It does stay any time between the 4th and 24th of February, but who knows. If all fails, you know, there's always Halfords or car shops floating around in Birmingham. But all the point motors are in. Once I had all the point motors in and installed, before I wired them up, I went and done the accessory switches. So that was the first point of wiring them up. And that's when I came across the problem. Now, I couldn't understand this, but 1, 2, 3, 4 lines for the sheds. The black wire went to the black. My red wire on that line went to the red. But on these 4, black went to red, red went to black. And these 2, black went to black, red went to red, black, black, red to red. But then I wondered, well, I kept getting, as you all of you know, I use the NCE power cab. I kept getting shorts, and I couldn't understand why. So what I did is I left all the frog polarities plugged into the accessory switches, and I pulled every single feed wire from the track out of the bus wire. And these 4, I had, you know, four wires for them ones hooked up on one line onto the bus wire, and obviously again another 4. So what I done is I completely broke them, cut the tag, cut the connection off, and I redone it. So, you know, there was now 8 wires going to 8 plugs. Done exactly the same for them. Started plugging these in. Perfect, lovely. Got as far as there. Perfect. Got as far as that power feed. Perfect. There's a power feed there, there, and there. Perfect. Then I went to these 2 power feeds. Got to there. Perfect. That one, perfect. That one, perfect. As soon as I plugged that one in, I got a short. Couldn't understand why. So I thought, okay, fine. Left that one out. I plugged that one in. Fine. That one, fine. Plugged that one in. Short. I thought, okay, fine. Plugged that one in. Fine. That one, fine. That one, fine. That one, short. Yeah, the dummy that I am. You all know that when you use electrofrog points, right underneath them two little lines there are two wires that connect them two. Now, if you're going to use the point as it comes out the box, you leave them alone. Sorry, excuse me. Like everyone else, we use the frog and make sure we do the wiring properly. So, wired the frog up, connected up there and there, and there together, but couldn't understand why. And then I just sat down with my lady wife, having a bit of a break, because it was, it was getting to me. It was going on for about a good 2 days. I couldn't think why I was getting these shorts. And then I just sat here on my stool, and I just stood here. I went and looked at it, just like that. And all of a sudden, my eyes were drawn to those two lines. I got my torch on my phone, just went like that, peered over the top, and there they were. The two little wires were still connected. So luckily, I got my Stanley knife, fitted in between there, and bang, broke them. So then I thought, well, hold on. If that's that one, there's got to be something wrong around here. So I checked that one. Again, wires were still connected. So I broke them. That one was okay. But I thought, right, double check them. Just put my knife through, make sure they're okay. Last one was this one. Couldn't understand why this one wasn't working properly. Same thing. Two wires were connected. Now, as you all know, I was using the PL10E from Pico, which is the point motor with the extended pin. Now, as you all know, when you put them in, even with the accessory switch, even with the mounting plate, you still get a bit of excess that comes up. Well, I've cut them off using a Dremel. And, yep, carefully but surely, I managed to cut them off. But got distracted when I was doing this one. And unfortunately, if I find the point motor switch, which is that one, it doesn't quite come over, as you can see. Goes over that way. Doesn't like it that way. The simple fact is, I don't know how close I can get, but it melted the plate in there. So it might be a case of having to replace that point. I'm hoping I don't have to. I'm hoping that I might be able to find something to stick in the hole that's over this side, because every time I throw the switch, it pulls the pin out of the socket and it just hangs there. So I'm hoping I might be able to, find something, super glue it in there, and hopefully hold the pin in place, and it might work then. And, the point does actually switch over. This is obviously the point motor doesn't want to do it. That's the only problem. So, yeah, control panel's all up and running. All the points are up and running. Next thing is, I've got 2 packs of the retaining walls to finish off along that way. And as you can see, I've taken the bridge out in preparation for finish off the retaining walls and finding out where it will finally rest. A couple of new additions to the railway. Oops. Little present that my wife bought me from eBay, which is a Western National bus, which on the destination blinds has got, I don't know if you can see it, Derriford Hospital, route number 10, and a registration plate. Now, I went through some of my old photographs, and lo and behold, now bearing in mind a lot of you know that I am from Plymouth in Devon, my dad was a bus driver for National Express and Western National. My dad actually drove that bus in that livery. I don't remember the signage, but I know for a fact that my dad's garage definitely had that bus. My dad definitely drove that bus route, because I used to sit as a kid just on the other side of that window. On the other side of that window there was a luggage rack just right there. And I used to sit right in there, and I used to have all the old dears and all the old gentlemen. Do you want a sweet young man? Here's a 50p for helping me on with me luggage, bless them. You know, and I used to sit there hour upon hour with my dads, and I used to love it. Absolutely love it. So, yeah, that brought a tear to my eye when my wife presented me with that the other day. I was absolutely chuffed. I forget what bus it is. I know them as VRs. I'm probably wrong. But I'm chuffed with that. Absolutely chuffed. Obviously, another new addition to the railway is my wife wanted a pub. And what a cracker she's bought. It's the Bush Inn. It's from Oxford Rail. And I'll tell you what, for the price she paid, it is full resin. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely lovely. I couldn't be more pleased. It came today in the post, and it was from eBay, and absolutely over the moon. Obviously, I was worried because I know Graham at Lakeside's had a few problems with resin-based buildings and structures being damaged in transit. But I've checked it all over, and this one was well packaged, and this one looks absolutely intact and in mint condition. This is roughly where it's going to go. The bridge will obviously come out around here somewhere, and this is going to go at the end of the bridge, and this will all be fenced off, and this will be hopefully eventually a little beer garden. That is one of my little dioramas that I've already come up with. That is going to be a beer garden. It's going to have, you know, proper play equipment for kids. It's going to have, you know, tables and benches, parasols, you know, static grass, you name it. I'm going to throw everything at that little diorama. So that is going to be my little pub and beer garden. I don't know where the pub is actually based, if anyone's actually seen this pub, or if the actual Bush Inn does exist. Let us know, guys, because it'd be interesting to know where this pub comes from. I do like my history. What else is there? Nothing else to really give you an update on, apart from what's coming up next. Just finishing off the ballasting through to the station, ballasting that bit, and obviously now the points are in and they're all working, bar that one. Get all these ballasted, all that way ballasted. Next thing is probably get some paints, because I have got an airbrush, and yeah, I think I might start getting some weathering paints and start weathering the track. Well, having a practice at least. I've taken my coaching stock off, so as you can see, I've now started to populate the depot properly with, you know, locos in the depot and ones that are not being used in the yards. And my L8's got its little tanker on board. So yeah, that's my little update, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And oh, one other thing, well, actually, before I do go, one thing that I will say, and this has been quite a little diamond for me, is once myself and the wife had got all the polarities sorted out, we made like a diagram. So like point 1, which is the one over there, you can see it's blank, blank, blank. Point 2, which is that one there for the fuel points. As you can see, we've marked them. Pin 1, green frog. Pin 2, red. Pin 3, black. As you can see, they're not all the same. Or are they? Like, there you go. This one is different. You know, it's a brilliant idea, guys. If you don't solder the wires onto the points, what I've used is, if I can find them, if I get my hands to them, is with the Pico point motors and the Pico accessory switches and the switches underneath of mine, I've used these guys, spade connectors, and do you know what? They're brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. They've worked a treat. They absolutely work a treat. So, but when you do, if you are installing electrofrog points, guys, and you are using something like, you know, spade connectors, write a diagram down. Because if they come off, which sometimes they do, if you go underneath the baseboard, you know, you're in the area working away with another bit of wiring, you know, you can knock them off. You can always go back to these and refer to your listings of what they were. Okay, guys, that's another thing for the Bible. That's what I'm going to call this now, it's the Bible. So I've now got, obviously, the schematic for accessory switches, the decoder addresses. So, yeah, that's all I can offer you at the moment, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video. Sorry for waffling on a bit. If you have enjoyed, please hit the like button. And if you want to leave a comment, please do. And if you want to share, please do. And again, please subscribe. Take care, guys, until the next one. Have a nice one. Happy modelling. And take care now. Bye-bye.